So we're going to take some of these plants off to the field soon. I'm just thought I'd show you some of the groupings we've got them in. I've started moving the plants this morning, and I've started moving what we call Placenta 2 and early secondary 1 species out into the full sun, because I want to get those in first. Now the Placenta 2, well, it's not really woody. Sometimes they have a bit of wood. They're generally herbaceous plants and grasses that are perennial. And so in this case, we have things like bananas, vetiver grass, lemongrass. We have Plectranthus barbatus. We have Javanese elderberry, chilies, a Placenta 2. So in the tropics, these will live like 3-4 years, no problem. Mexican sunflower, Tithonia diversifolia, and Russian garlic, which is just like the chili. That tends to be that's actually a crop plant, as are the bananas. Whereas all these other things like the Tithonia, the Plectranthus, those are actually just biomass. So we'll plant those and then they'll be pruned for mulch. So this is probably the most important stage in developing this syntropic agroforestry that we're doing. Making sure you have lots and lots and lots of Placenta 2 and like a good selection, because you don't really know what's going to work on any one site. So you have to test it out, test everything in small numbers, and then expand from those. So the next stage after Placenta 2 is early secondary, and this is your first woody plants. They tend to be fast growing. They usually have little, like small seeds from woody fruits or capsules or pods, or else they have small berries. They're like the early stage of forest succession. So here we have Acacia mangium, acacias. We have some eucalyptus. We have some Paracerianthes falcataria. So it's a very fast-growing legume tree. It's native to Papua. So is the acacia, by the way. And not that eucalyptus, but the other one is. And then we have Inga edulis, which is the ice cream bean. Now that does have an edible fruit, but it's still like sort of in early secondary. And then we have some other things coming along. But these trees are the ones that are going to give us the biomass, the hard carbon, the lignin, that's going to make the long-lasting mulch and really start to build up the topsoil. Because these will be the trees that we can cut for mulch to support these other fruiting trees, which come later in succession. So you're looking at things like avocados and mangoes and jackfruits and all that kind of thing. And citrus, they all come a bit later. So we really need these two under control first, in great numbers. Like if you're talking about your fruit trees, you can calculate that easy, and you don't have to worry about that in the beginning, because these are the ones you really have to worry about. If you don't have enough of these, you're not going to make it. These are the things that make the system work. These are the things that lift you from very low succession up to the point that can support plants like this, which have a much higher need. So yeah, I feel pretty happy to get these out in the field, and I'll give you a video later of us putting it all together.